everybody? I love your dance, Jeff.
That's one of the two I know.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. We already got 8 people on, Jeff. They were just waiting for us tonight.
They're waiting for you. They don't give a crap about me.
They do. You had a big showing while I was gone last week.
Yeah, I tell you, I was a little terrified of that. I think Mike and I got through it okay.
You did.
We forgot to hit a couple buttons here and there.
That's okay.
Did you see any of it on the cruise?
I did. I saw the first 20 minutes before we went and ate some amazing dinner.
Okay.
And, yeah. Let's see. We got Mark and Julian. What's up, Mark? Hope you guys are doing good. I think they're in town, you said, right?
Well, they were. Yeah, Craig will be able to tell us. I don't know if they're still here or not.
What? We got Primo Project says party time. I think that's Craig. I'm not sure.
I'm like, what are the chances we have somebody on the team with the same last name as somebody that's on the channel?
And then we got Celeste Rose.
Hello.
What's up, Celeste? And we got Sikors are on. What's up, Sikors? I think I say that wrong every time.
Sikor?
Yeah.
I think it's right. We have easy names.
Robin says only 3 weeks from today.
The closing day coming. Almost here.
Day.
Almost to South Carolina.
Yes, super excited for you guys. Which part of New York? I'm from Rochester, New York. I don't know what that is.
Rochester. Right. I've been to Rochester.
I've been there once. I worked for Verizon before real estate, and we had a call center there. And I had to go around and do a bunch of trainings. And you know me, I'm like hyper. And so they brought me to all the centers just because I hyped up people.
You're like you're the dancing monkey that gets taken around to entertain all of the different centers.
Yes. That is me. That is me. All right, so everybody, hey, we do these lives just for you. We want to hear all your questions and your comments. So definitely type in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. We're actually on Twitter tonight as well, Jeff.
Oh, I didn't tell you. New.
Yeah, we're trying out Twitter as well.
Nice.
We were on LinkedIn before, so I wanted to try Twitter too. Trying to figure out which ones work the best and all that.
Right.
So the main reason we started these lives is for you guys. We want to answer questions live and be able to get you all your answers and all of that. We're going to go through some local happenings, what happened over the 4th of July holiday. We're going to talk about what Jeff experienced in Carnes, what I heard here in Cane Bay. We got a special guest tonight from our team, Craig Primo. We'll bring him on in a minute. We'll talk a little bit about the market. And Jeff, I didn't tell you this either, but I want to talk a little bit about why so many people are moving to Summerville. So that's the secret question for you for tonight.
To be near me.
Yes, that's probably why.
Clearly.
And then we'll answer some more questions and all of that. So we've got a packed full agenda to get in the next 56 minutes.
Look, I was so proud of you. You did that. Like, you looked down at your clock, you saw it was 7:04, and you didn't have to pull out an abacus or use your fingers or nothing. You just knew.
No,
boom.
What you don't know is I have a countdown timer right here.
All right, that doesn't surprise me.
So without further ado, let's bring on Mr. Craig Primo. What's up, Mr. Primo?
Oh, hey, the countdown timer wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you today?
Oh, I'm great. Enjoying the evening for sure. Even though I just saw a lightning bolt 10 minutes away. Jeff, you're close to me. You saw that, right?
Yeah. So Craig and I live, like, as the crow flies, probably 500 yards apart from each other. And there was some pretty good lightning going on here about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. If something pulls the plug, it's not me. I promise. I want to be here.
Were you scared?
I was scared, man. No, I probably just looked like a ghost because the flash was right outside my window. But then, like, the thunder probably shook the whole house too.
Our second dog, Boo Boo, he was terrified of thunder, and so he was crazy. He had horrible separation anxiety and really scared of thunder. And have you ever heard of it's called a thunder shirt? Well, you got a brand new baby, so you know how you swaddle a baby.
Yeah.
It's the same concept for dogs. And so even on Prozac during a thunderstorm one time, he ripped his thunder shirt off and ate it. This is how insane this dog was around thunder.
Wow. That's a
they
little
make
extreme.
Thunder shirts for you, Jeff?
No, I do not. I'm not scared.
You're not scared?
Not
Chris
scared.
corrected me. It's C-Core, not
C-Core. All right.
C-Core. Yeah. And Chris said, "Hey, Craig, good to see you."
Likewise. Can't wait to see you guys in 3 weeks. Closing's coming up quicker than I swear. I snap my fingers and we'll be in August.
Well, I tell you, these closings, that is how, sometimes it takes Jolene.
I was going to say, who's Jolene, Jeff? I don't think I know
Jolene. Great friend from Pittsburgh. So Jolene and Andrea grew up right next door to each other. So they were like best friends growing up. And so here we think there's a possibility.
Is he still your Facebook friend?
Yeah. Even after all these years. So we think it's possible. So Andrea is 7.5 years younger than I am. So we think it's possible that I could have possibly babysat Jolene and my wife, Andrea, before I realized who Andrea was. That's how long we've known Jolene and her husband, Sean. Great people.
Wow.
Is that sweet or creepy? I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, it really could be creepy, yeah. Andrea I was 20, let me think. I was 28 when we got married, and Andrea was 20. She couldn't even drink at our wedding. But Jolene was there in the wedding.
Wow.
Too cool.
Robin said it's called the Thunder Buddy.
I thought it was a Thunder.
Oh, the name of the wrap around the dog. That's funny.
Yeah. All right, well.
And then Randy said hello from Chicago. What's up, Randy? How's it going?
Coldest I've ever been in Chicago.
All right, Craig, tell us a little bit about yourself. Later on, I didn't tell you this either, but later on, I'm just full of surprises tonight for you guys.
You really are.
Later on, Craig, if we have enough time, I want you to talk about your neighborhood too. But for now, give us a little background. You just had a baby.
That's
Are
right.
you married, or you had your baby on your own? You know what?
Oh yeah, hold up.
Pregnant male emojis, Mark. Is that what? There's those new pregnant male emojis. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. No, but Jeff, I did my homework, man. I knew exactly when he was going to ask me to do that. Just so you know, I'm ready. Oh yeah, but yeah, Craig Primo, my wife Rachel, and I, we both moved here from northern states. I'm from New York, Rochester, New York, so upstate. I always separate the northern part of New York from the city because it's two different landscapes. And Rachel's from Michigan, so yeah, we're both northern birds coming down here. And I met her at a volleyball camp, which is funny enough. The same team that she played for, I met when she was my assistant coach, and I took her out because we needed to talk about the team and get a huddle together and talk about plans for the future. Aww. And then I took her out again because we needed to talk again. But yeah, there's our brand new baby boy. He's 6 weeks old today, and he's the joy and love of our life right now. He is the most chill and calm boy you can imagine. We're just so blessed. Probably too blessed, probably too spoiled right now because he sleeps really, really well. I think he only wakes up like once a night to get fed, but he's really
I hate parents like you.
Try not to be too jealous.
Our girls tried to kill us. They would take turns sleeping and wake the other one up to scream for a while. And man, you are so lucky that you've got a good sleeper.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows what the next one might be like? So we might be a little bit too spoiled right now.
No. You sent me this video, and I need you to explain what your child is doing in this video.
So it's my favorite thing he does. He's going to try to sneeze, but 3 times in a row, he goes to sneeze, but then can't get it out and just makes the sound effect of it. So.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, it finally comes out. He's building it up and he just can't get it out.
As a baby, don't you think they wonder, what is, they've never sneezed before the first time. When the first time it happened, they're wondering, what was that?
Right.
That's kind of scary if you think about it.
Yeah, just your whole body shakes, yeah. No, but his name is Callum Spencer. He's a really handsome guy, and I'm not biased at all, so.
Celeste Rhodes said, "Congratulations to you, Craig."
Thanks a lot, Celeste.
Oh.
So, Craig, before your real estate career, what did you do?
Yeah, I used to be a middle school teacher. I teach at James Allen Christian School for about 5 years, middle schoolers. Yep. So not the high school. It's right in that middle stage where they're like, rebellion kind of is fun. Let me try to rebel a little bit. No, but they're that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure, man. I'm sure you're an angel child. No, but they're really good kids from really good
Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
My friend up there. Yeah, school teaching, and it's. I would really rather be in an alley with like 3 guys that want to hurt me than walk into a school full of middle schoolers. That absolutely terrifies me.
Right. Yeah, they can eat you up if you're not ready. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, Craig, what is your favorite thing to do in the Charleston area?
Oh, great question.
Making babies.
Yeah. Yep. Probably volleyball, honestly. That's my sport. That's my go-to sport. But we got beach volleyball, indoor. There's so many opportunities for it, and I'm really all about that. Of course, I use my height to my advantage, being 6'5".
So are you in the back or in the very front?
Oh, I love to be front and center, man. These hands are meant for blocking that ball.
Okay.
Yep.
And there's opportunities to do that, like in the community, or like where do you go to do that?
There's actually a Facebook page called, I think it's Low Country Volleyball or something like that. And it has like a list of all the opportunities, all the way from like, middle school and high school age kids. Jeff, your daughter being one of them.
Yep.
Through adults, there's so many opportunities. There's rec centers and there's leagues throughout the year, spring and fall. So
sometimes the girls and I, or Andrew and I, will be out riding around, and we're in Carnes, and there's a couple fields. They just come set up a net in Carnes here. We'll drive by. And we'll look over and we'll see all these people. Then we'll see this one person standing like 5 inches taller than all the other people. And we know Craig's in the neighborhood playing volleyball. We've gone over and watched them play before.
Yeah.
And Riley, my volleyball player, I'm not convinced that she might have a little coaching thing going on with Craig here at some point. She's really into volleyball. So she has expressed interest in playing with Craig sometime.
Yeah, I really want to play with her. Yeah.
Are you saying she is going to be coaching Craig, or Craig will be coaching her?
No, I think Craig will be coaching Riley. Actually, I should not be happy with Craig. Craig
cost you money, right?
Thousands of dollars. Yeah. Riley was trying to talk me into being on one of these travel volleyball teams.
Yeah, club
and
team.
I've been really against it forever because it's such a big commitment. And so she finally approached me this year and said, "Hey, I'm ready. I really, really, really want to. I'll pay for it. I'll do whatever. I've got to do it." And she's good enough. And so I called Craig and I said, "Listen, I'm against this. Convince me why I should allow her, because it's thousands of dollars and takes a lot of time." And he said, since she goes to a smaller private Christian school, if she's got any shot at being on a college team, she's going to have to go through these travel club teams. So she's
the way to get good
this year. Mm-hmm. So you owe me money.
I'll help you close another home real quick.
All right, that'll work.
Yep.
So Craig, have you ever played soccer?
Yeah, when I was super young, when we were elementary school kids, and it was just that clump of kids following the ball wherever they went. That was us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't know, just to segue into some of the events that Charleston has, a lot of people don't know that Charleston has a soccer team called the Charleston Battery. And so they have events here all the time. They were over in Daniel Island. That has moved to, I think, downtown is their new stadium. And they have a game coming up at, Patriots Point. It says it right there in front of me. So they have games all the time. And I just looked in their conference, they are actually second. And they are right behind like Louisiana or something like that. But the most important thing is they're ahead of Tampa Bay, one of our friend realtors down there. So that's all I really care about.
You got to stick it to them, man. No, I've been going to their games. It's fun. And they got really good, food truck food out there at the stadium. So
hold on. Now I'm interested. Let's talk about this.
You got a really good burger there. And we're talking like that, the food you get at a carnival or something. Like they had funnel cake and stuff. It was yummy.
So, I think one of the best things to watch ever is when the kids are playing soccer for the first time when they're like 3 or 4 years old. And they do that here in the neighborhood, and I go watch them sometimes. My one daughter, Reagan, at the time, maybe not so much anymore, but at the time was a rules follower. Like if there was a rule, Reagan would follow the rules. And so she was learning how to play soccer. And so her coach said, hey, Reagan, this area right here is your zone. You don't leave your zone. And so the ball one time came like a foot out of what Reagan perceived as her zone. And Reagan, the rules follower, is not going to get that ball because it's outside the zone. So the coach yells, Reagan, get the ball. Reagan, the rules follower, goes over, picks up the ball, carries it off the field, and hands it to the coach. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So I thought Craig would like the sport thing, right? So we got a bunch of events going on all the time. I usually just try to pick 3 on this thing. But, Jeff, I think you're going to like this one. And Craig even mentioned it. And I saw your kind of head, your whole body picked up when he said food trucks.
Yes.
So to segue to food trucks, town of Seabrook Island is having a Chow Town food truck rodeo.
Ooh.
What?
Okay. They have it a couple times. It looks like it's coming up July 12th and 26th. And look at all the different food trucks here. Blazed and Glazed, South Carolina. If that's not up your alley, Jeff Craig, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I don't know what they're braising or glazing, but by God, we'll give it a shot.
And they have Polish food, authentic Polish food. Christina's authentic Polish food.
Well, that's good. You cannot get a good pierogi here to save your life. It's the one thing that we fail on.
Lobster, Smash City Burgers, pita stroller, dessert vendors, beer and wine vendors.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is at Landfill Parkway. There's that Massachusetts accent.
Drop a little mass on us.
Yeah. Landfall Way in Seabrook Island. So that was something neat I thought I'd pull up. And then, Jeff, have you ever been to the Sweetgrass Festival in Mount Pleasant?
No.
So I guess they make these sweetgrass baskets.
Expensive.
And it happens once a year. It was founded in 2004. Bring attention to the contributions of the Gullah Geechee people's history. So that's happening the end of July from 10 to 3. The mayor's there. It's like a big deal.
They make beautiful stuff. So if you're coming in from Myrtle Beach in towards Mount Pleasant, there's a bunch of just stands on the side of the road where people set up and they make these baskets, and they are just so intricate, so beautiful. They also sell them downtown at the kind of the straw market that's downtown by King Street. And
I was going to say that.
Fountain, and you can get them there. They're lovely.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where, like, when people like them, they love them, like almost make it a collector's item. And I've seen people, like, they have it all over top of their cabinetry at home, just like 10 of them.
Andrea has a rose in her car made out of one of those.
They're not cheap either, but it takes hours and hours and hours to make them by hand.
There's
and that's
good reason they are expensive. They do take forever.
Yeah. All right, let me come back over. We got some comments here I want to hit up. So Sean Carter says, hey, guys, from Summerton, South Carolina.
Close to Summerville. Sounds like it's close to Summerville. It's not. Hey, Sean. Thanks for watching.
Sean? And he's got a comment here. Me and my mom shop at the Food Line over there in Santee, and we always drive through Centerpoint Community in Santee. I missed you guys up there. So we just did a video up there a couple weeks ago, remember?
Yeah. Is that where the general store was?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been in there, Sean? The general store right in town. Really, really cool stuff. I tell you what, I was really surprised at. I didn't know enough about Santee. It is a really great area. I love some of the stuff they're doing there. It's right on the lake, so that's Marion up there, right? That's like Marion, not Moultrie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of in between, but yeah.
Right, yeah. And so lots of water activities. And I think, Mark, when we were up there, we found a boat rental place. I think our families are going to go up there and run a pontoon boat someday and just go tool around in the water.
As long as it's not as hot as it was this week.
No, it was hot this week. And there's golf courses up there, Mark, right? We did one in the video, but there's more than one, isn't there?
There's 3 different golf courses that we mentioned. Yeah, there's the Santee National. There's Santee Cooper Country Club, which is a whole gated community up there.
Okay.
Really reasonable prices that are right on the golf course. Super nice. And then there is Francis Marion. I almost forgot what it was.
Lake I know you played all three, right?
I have not played Santee National.
Okay. Well, we'll get on the calendar.
Yeah, easily. All right. And then Tammy said, we're moving next spring. My husband is already down there and working. I am hearing mixed reviews with Lennar. Are there developments that have any stick-built homes?
Here it comes. Here's where Mark says, hey, Jeff, why don't you take this one?
I'm going to say that with my hand over the mute button.
Yeah, listen, there has been Lennar's a big builder. Here's what Lennar's doing right. They're buying tracts of land and really putting in some amazing neighborhoods. Two of them here right in Summerville that are the biggest are Carnes, where I live. I live in Carnes Crossroads. Yeah, Lennar came in and bought out a ton of land here. There's a gorgeous amenity center coming in here with pools and water slides and a gym. And they're even having a farm here. You can go get fresh vegetables out of the fields or something. I don't know how it's going to work when it's open. Pickleball, tennis, basketball. The other one they're doing is over in Summers Corner. And so there's a 55-plus neighborhood over there called Horizons, and then a big non-55. And they're going to have an amazing amenity center over there also. So listen, every builder that you see, when you look online, you're going to see bad things and good things about every builder. What I think is super important and why a lot of our clients have great success with Lennar, because they are building some nice models, is we go in and we are in the process doing the home inspections and doing all the things through the process until we get to the closing table. Mm-hmm. And so every home inspection that we do on a new construction, I don't care if it's Lennar, Horton, Beezer, everyone that we deal with, and we deal with, I don't think we've ever counted. There'll be 30 builders here that we deal with. We're going to find 15 to 40 items on that inspection that, the week before we close. And it's about having that done and going back to the builder and saying, hey, listen, here's the list, get all these things fixed. And then everything's ready on day one when you move in your house. And then you still have a warranty on those houses. So there's a couple neighborhoods, a couple Lennar neighborhoods, which are absolutely fantastic values and some great pricing. And there's other Lennar neighborhoods like the one I'm in here, where they have to build to a higher standard than they would in some of their neighborhoods. So for instance, Carnes Crossroads, the houses here are going to have hardy plank siding instead of vinyl. So you'll always get the good, you'll always get the bad with us. When it's time, just holler at us and we'll talk through what makes sense for you, which builders, which neighborhoods, and so on. Did I break any rules, Mark? Did I do good?
No, you're good. I didn't have to mute you at all. And was that you trying to say, like, hey, I live in a bougie neighborhood, but I have to build to a higher quality? Like that's kind of what I felt came across.
I'm just saying we have farm fields coming here. I
mean, yeah, where else do you find that? I have yet to see that anywhere else.
The agri-hood?
The agri-hood, yes. I'm going to give you a farmer's hat.
Please give me please put a farmer hat on your head and show me. I want to see a picture of that.
Alicia just told me this week, Mark, that they've actually hired a farmer.
Nice.
Yeah. So like it's happening. It's
maybe we can interview them before the farm starts.
Let's get Farmer John on the channel.
Get him on the line.
Yeah, I'll ask.
All right.
Thanks, Tammy.
Hey, thanks for your question, Tammy. We appreciate it. Keep them coming for sure. So Sean said they're building a new community on the other side of Santee too. We cross the lake to go eat over there all the time. I've yet to try the Mexican restaurant. It was packed last night. So my daughter goes up there to golf all the time, Sean. That Mexican restaurant seems like it's always packed. It's got to be good. So we've got to try that, Jeff.
I wonder if they do tableside guacamole there. I've got a thing for tableside guacamole where they make it at the table.
Boozy. That's you being boozy again. That's all I'm going to say.
Mark's like, I eat my guacamole out the can.
What's up, Heidi and Wes from Connecticut? We've got a lot of people coming from Connecticut.
Yeah, what's going on in Connecticut? There's like a mass exodus, and they're all moving to Summerville.
Yeah.
I remember having a weekend when like 4 of us had people from Connecticut all in the same weekend. That was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Mark, when you were gone last week, we had multiple clients in town while you were on your cruise, and 2 different people brought in baked goods, and I didn't save any for you. Nothing went in the freezer for when you got home. We had these lady not eclair rum, like cream horn kind of things. And somebody made us cookies that had like these bits of toffee and stuff. Oh, they were so good.
It was like this big. It was giant.
Yeah. They were like,
that's fine. You want to say all that on the live when you're on vacation next time. I'll be sure to video it and send it to you.
I was going to put some in the freezer for you, but Craig ate them all. It's not my fault.
I brought one home to my wife who just gave birth. I have no shame.
No, Mama gets the cookie.
So Heidi and Wes are interested in Horizons. So yeah, whenever you guys get ready, we'd love to do a Zoom call with you guys and talk some more about that. Kind of tell you some of the other 55 plus communities in the area as well. But yeah, we sell in Horizons all the time. It was about a month ago or so, but I think we figured out our team sold 1/5 of the neighborhood there.
Yeah,
that's good.
Horizons. So
I was in there today. Actually, I sat and met with Paul today about a few things, and then we had a client that closed here probably a month ago, and he asked me to run over and check on his house. So let me explain how this works. When we represent y'all as your realtors, on the day that the house closes, we are no longer your realtors contractually. That relationship has ended. So now we're friends. So it wasn't the realtor Jeff going over; it was friend Jeff that they gave me a key when they closed, and so I went over and just made sure that the air conditioning was working and the water was shut off, and just did a quick walk through the house. Interesting thing here: if you live in South Carolina and they're not going to be actually living here for another month or two, you do not want to shut off the air conditioning in the houses. No. Trying to save on electricity, you will come back to a moldy, mildewy mess. Yes. So we just set the air at like 78 and just let it go.
Yeah. So if you guys want to book that meeting, we got that link right on here. It's also in the comment or in the description. See, I messed up that time, Jeff. I said comments and we do it all the time. So yeah, charlestonaraliving.com/schedule-meeting. We'd love to set up a Zoom call with you and kind of go through all of that and see, what kind of lifestyle you want to live here, what neighborhood might be right for you, and the budget that might be right for you guys too.
Hey, drop into Celeste Rose question there. I want to answer that before I forget. Is Beezer building any one-story homes, 3 bedrooms? Beezer has in Jasmine Point has 2 lots left, and I'm assuming, I don't know even for sure if they can build the single story on the lots, but there's 2 lots left at Jasmine Point that are buildable. If they can fit one of those, because it's what is it, Mark? 2,400 square foot, all one level, no upstairs.
Nope.
And it's a 3 or 4 bedroom, I forget, but a big arched open ceiling. It's a really nice model. So if you really want to be in Jasmine, you got to jump on that. But Beezer has some other neighborhoods coming where they're going to have other things.
Yeah. So there was only 1 lot left that was big enough for that house, Jeff.
Okay.
And our clients took that today, I think.
Oh, okay.
Our other clients took that today. So we can't do it in Jasmine, but there's other neighborhoods like the Oaks.
Yep.
And I can't think of the one in Monk's Corner. The only difference is Beezer is moving to all electric, so you won't get gas in those other new neighborhoods.
Yeah, we actually have a video on the channel of you and I did a walkthrough at that single story house in Jasmine.
I thought we posted it, but we didn't. I had to dig through my videos on my phone to find that video to send to those clients that were looking for it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get that off to the editors and get it in there because it's not on the channel anywhere.
Oh wow! So sometimes I just make things up as I go.
No, that's my bad. It should have been on there for sure.
All right.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Robin said, "Oh my God, all the coconut caramel are gone." So wait a minute. There must have been a real lot of them. If she's saying, "Oh my God."
Robin, shut your pie hole.
Y'all have changed.
Get us in trouble.
Heidi said we're coming in April. We'd love another visit there. Yeah, we can't wait to meet up.
Come on down. Hey, listen, here, now that you're talking about Lennar, here's one thing that is super important, Heidi. Lennar is started a new model where you have to represent with your realtor from the very first conversation you have with them. So there is zero downside of if you do contact Lennar online, make sure you say that you're using, you could just put Mark Klim or Jeff Gregg as your realtor. And if we end up working with one of the team, that's fine. But you got to do that at the beginning or else they won't pay us. And then it makes it difficult for us to work for you there. The easiest way to do it is just don't talk to them until you schedule a meeting with us, and then we can register you. And so we're all covered when you do come to town.
Yep.
Beautifully said.
All right, Jeff, here's a good one for you. I'm going to let you take this one again. Sean said, one question, good thing I caught you guys. If you want to purchase a home, if he wants to purchase a home in a gas community, is it possible to ask the builders not to run a gas line through your home? So I've got an idea on this, but I'm going to let you answer first.
Yeah, so it's going to be dependent on the builder. So I'll give you a few options of, so some builders have the ability in the kitchen, if you do build from the ground up, to put in electric or gas. And some people even choose to put electric in and they still run a gas line and just tie it off in case they ever want it in the future. But if it's a gas furnace, then most of these builders would not be able to pivot and put in like an electric heat pump.
That's exactly what I was going to say too. The gas furnace is the kicker there. You can probably get an electric stove even if it's a gas community, but the gas furnace is going to be the kicker.
Yep.
All right. All right. That's all the questions for right now. So we'll come back to more questions as they come in. Keep them coming. Like we said, this is why we do this. We want to answer your questions live for sure. Going back to events, Jeff, there was a whole bunch other ones. There's what was in here? Pink talking fish and trouble no more at the refinery. Do you have any idea what that is?
I have no idea.
What did you
I'm
just
gonna
say?
look that up for next week because I didn't have time to look it up. But
I think that's one of those British New Wave bands, eh? All right.
Yeah.
If you can name that accent from a movie that I just did, here, I'll give you one more hint. Take off, hoser. If you can name that movie, I will be so impressed.
I don't know that.
All right, in the comments, if anybody comes up with it, I'm gonna be super proud of you.
Yeah, and Charleston's not all about food too. We do have an Isle of Palms beach run and a Charleston Sprint triathlon series. See, I can't even do it. I can't even say it. That's how you know I don't do it.
You can't say it, let alone run it.
Yeah. So there are a bunch of active activities going on as well.
So, Mark, tell me about your cruise.
Yeah, it was super cool. Let me see if I can pull up one of the videos. We went to Perfect Day, Coco Cay, which is the Royal Caribbean island that they own, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did that one day, and then we did Nassau the other day. You took the same trip on the same boat a couple months ago. So that's one of the advantages of living here so close to Florida is it's only a 6-hour drive. My drive, Jeff will say it's like 5 hours and 45 minutes. That's because he drives faster than me. But it's about 6 hours to get down to Port Canaveral. And, you can stay there one night before. You look really impressive to your wife because you're booking a hotel right on the beach and everything for her, for the cruise. And then we went out on the island.
Sorry,
Jeff kind of proved me wrong.
To see how long
You wasting it?
How long is it, Jeff?
It says 5 hours and 55 minutes. You were pretty close. I put it in one time and it was 5 hours and 15 minutes. That must have been like 2 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah, where were you, in Walterboro already or something?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But we did the excursion, so they call, of Hideaway Beach.
How was that?
It was really cool. It had like a little inlet. Here, let me see if I can share it here. Oh, nope, wrong share. This share. It has like this really all these chairs and bars and pools and all that. But we pretty much sat right here. And then right over here, it has this little inlet out to the ocean. So you're only swimming in here.
Yeah.
But, you know, this got a little bit crowded in the late afternoon. Once everybody got off the boat and woke up and all of that. But in the morning before like 1 o'clock, this was pretty good. Like it was really enjoyable. Like you had your own little private island oasis cove, I guess. Now,
was there any different food than, because the regular lunch on Coco Cay is a little basic?
Yeah. So this you have so there's one thing I'm really mad I didn't get that I saw on a video. It was where you take a chicken sandwich and you put the mozzarella sticks on top of it, and then you put sauce, so it's like a chicken parm sandwich.
Making you a chicken parm sandwich.
And I forgot that you could do that, and I didn't get it. I even got the chicken sandwich and the mozzarella sticks.
And you didn't put it together.
I was so mad at myself.
All you got to do is put it together.
But yeah, this was super cool. Up above, they had people playing music, and the sand was so soft. You had all these chairs. But yeah, it was really cool for sure.
I just scheduled, we're going to go on the Utopia of the Seas, which is the Royal Caribbean's replacement for the Allure of the Seas, which is the boat that you were on. We're going out for a weekend. That's one of the things I love. I love cruises, but Mark and I are so busy, it's hard to take a week. So they go out either Friday to Monday or Monday to Friday. So it's really easy to just jump down for a quick 3-day trip and you're back.
I did that Wonder of the Seas, and I think you said the Utopia of the Seas is going to be bigger. I want to fact check you on that. Okay,
it's going to, well, it is by like 2 feet, but it's got new stuff.
Not length.
No, I don't. I think it's a couple feet longer. I don't think it's wider.
I think it's wider. I don't think it's longer. We're going to bring back the facts.
You're talking about my mother-in-law now or the cruise ship? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Always got to throw her in, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's got new stuff on it, some new restaurants and some new slides and things that the Wonder doesn't have.
Yeah. We did get one more question from Heidi. She said, how are the amenities at Horizons doing? Are we still on track for 2025?
Yeah, so I was there today. There was some more equipment in there. It looks like they're really getting ready any second to start this. So they got delayed a bit. They had to do some compaction tests and pass, on the ground. And so I think they're really getting ready to start here now. I feel like it's possible that we could just jump over the line into 2026 now. They don't really release dates too much. Just from talking to the salespeople over there, we've been hearing late 25 right now. But just knowing the way construction goes, I would think it's possible we see first quarter of 26, but still definitely in the realm of 25.
Okay. Let's see. Edna. Oh, I skipped her. Bob and Edna are on from Pennsylvania. Jeff is from Pennsylvania.
I'm a Pittsburgher.
And they're going to be down in the spring to buy a home.
Awesome. Make sure you connect with us before you come down. Schedule a Zoom call. We can just kind of talk about what we're going to do when you get here. And then also, it's good. We try to schedule those sooner than later because between now and the spring, we can be sending you listings. So like if you guys say, I want to be in X community or this type of a community, we can send you just once a week houses that we think fit what you're looking for, so you can kind of keep an eye on the market and have a better understanding of the market when you do get here.
So she's from Philly, she says.
And
they were here in March, so they're ready to buy. So that's great.
Bring it on.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tammy said she's from Pennsylvania too.
Hello, PA. There's a lot of breeze flights that run back and forth from cities in Pennsylvania. A lot of nonstops. Breeze, the airline that I hate, Spirit, and Allegiant goes back and forth to a bunch of PA cities. So you can get down here real easy.
Very good, very good. All right, let's I wanted to talk a little bit about the market, Jeff, and why you think people are moving here. People want to hear from you more than anybody on this channel. So I want to know. I'm going to pull up some stats while you say what your reasons are.
All right.
Why people are moving to Summerville and Charleston, and maybe even share why you moved here.
Yeah, so I moved here because I had to go out and shovel a hole in the yard and shovel 2 or 3 feet of snow so the big black lab could go outside and go pee. And so the girls were brand new babies. I went inside and said, this is stupid. Let's go south. My brother was already here. My parents were half here, half in Pittsburgh. So Summerville was an easy, pretty quickly we decided. But I'll tell you why most of our clients are moving here. Number one is the jobs here. There's a big job market here. Labor drives the real estate market. So we have a lot of jobs here. We are much lower in taxes compared to where most people are coming from. The majority of our clients are coming from the Northeast, California, and Washington. Illinois have been pretty busy, but all higher tax areas. The weather obviously is one of the biggest things. And then for the 55 plus, we've become the kind of the mecca of the East Coast. Yep. And so a lot of people from the Northeast, all those areas I mentioned before, they went down, they moved to Florida, or they looked at Florida. And then what we call them halfbacks, the people that moved from Connecticut down to Florida, realized Florida isn't quite exactly what they were looking for. Some of the costs in Florida have gotten a little out of hand. Home insurance, even the taxes are creeping up down there, the weather. And so they've come back to South Carolina. So that's a big piece of it also.
All right. We got an answer to your question. Is it correct?
Oh, good for you, Mark.
Is it right?
Strange Brew, a movie with Bob and Doug McKenzie from I don't know, Mark, what do you think? That was probably mid-'80s. You've got to go. It's the dumbest movie ever. It's got a dog named Hosehead. It's my favorite movie. If you go watch that movie, you will very quickly learn the way my head works. For me to say that that's my favorite movie I've ever seen, it explains a lot about me. I'm not terribly bright.
So Robin says you can't shovel sunshine.
Amen, sister.
That's right. All right. Robin Secor says during a pre-closing inspection, what are the biggest issues you see? Craig, this is all you, buddy.
Yeah. So you're talking pre-closing, like the week before. Honestly,
the final one, and then I'll talk about the pre-drywall that we do sometimes.
Yeah, but week before when we kind of lay our eyes on it right before closing. Honestly, what we love to see is just paint that needs to be touched up. But a few things that we might be able to see still are are there any cracks along the foundations of the floors? We've seen a few of those, and they repair this, like tile in the bathroom. We might repair those. Are all the cabinets good, well placed? Sometimes we check every drawer, we check every window to make sure that they're closing well. Those are a few things that we've seen before. There's normally nothing major because builders love to have good quality and make sure everything's good. But a few things we see are like windows, cabinets not closing correctly, a few chips here or there. But honestly, it's just like cosmetic things. But we like to get everything exactly how you like it. So
yeah, just if something's regrouted, just having that done before the close. The windows actually is one that we see quite a bit. We do see a lot of lifted shingles and sometimes like a pipe boot missing on the roof that just they forgot to put on, little things like that. And then in the pre-drywall inspections that we do, so we can do these when we're building the houses from the ground up. That's a much bigger look at. So we did one recently. And they were missing a few bolts that they had forgotten to put in, tying the house to the concrete. And it's a good chance to get up in the rafters, look at the ductwork, all the things that we really can't see once the walls go up. So if you do build from the ground up, we encourage one pre-drywall and then about 10 days before close. Like I said, we find 15 to 45 items probably on every. We had one the other day. It was in Del Webb. I did one over there. We had 11 items on it. So that's a really good home inspection, and all
That's
11,
nice.
nothing was scary. But for $500, I think it's money well spent.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things on there too are more cosmetic than an issue, right? So even though the inspector may call out it's a lifted shingle, it may just has not had enough heat on it to lay flat.
Yep.
And therefore they're not going to fix it right away because they want to give it time to lay out. But the good thing about buying a brand new home is you got that 1-year warranty.
I was just going to say that.
Become a bigger problem, then of course, you can get that done during that 1 year.
Yep. And some have like a 60-day check-in, which I believe the C-Corps are going to Crestwind. So yeah, you'll have 60 days after closing to make sure, because nail pops are a big thing too. That's the home is settling and such. You'll see a lot of nail pops, so they'll fix those and any other paint, because you don't see stuff. You walk through their home twice and that's it. But when you're living there, you see everything, right? So that's why they provide that 1 year, like Mark was saying, to make sure that all those little cosmetic things can get fixed.
Yep. All right. So Edna said they're moving here for us, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, Edna. my grandmother's name was Edna.
Was it?
Yeah.
Robin made a good point here. She said, well, it won't let me show it, but she said, if you're going to spend $400,000, why would you not spend $500 for an inspection?
Yeah, I did a pre-drywall and a final inspection on mine, and I paid full price, by the way. You think if with as many as we give our building inspectors, I would have got a little Jeff Gregg skinny deal or something there, but I paid full price and I still did both on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to use any South Carolina licensed inspector that you want. We do use one specifically a lot, and he is a master inspector. And so we really like his company. He's who I use personally. Mark, we might think about getting him on a live some night just to take 10 minutes and talk about what a building inspection looks like.
Yeah, both of the ones that we have on our website, we have a website full of resources and vendors for you and all of that. So both of the home inspectors on there are both master inspectors. Jeff and I have used both of these people for our homes.
Yep.
And we wouldn't really recommend anybody that we didn't trust for sure. And there are plenty of other ones out there, like Jeff said. Some of them we may have you stray from, or maybe guide you in a different direction if they were not a master inspector or something like that.
Yeah. And some partner and also do termite inspections and such, bonds, right?
Yep.
So a great deal.
Yeah. So getting back to the economy, Jeff, some of the things that I've recently heard about Charleston, just to bring it up. Did you know Breeze Airways has debuted a new service from Charleston to New Hampshire, Manchester, and that is going to fly seasonally on Mondays and Fridays.
Nice.
So that they're adding more flights to the area. Additionally, there's going to be $43 million affordable housing complex going down in Charleston.
Nice.
So it was a 90-year-old building that was originally constructed in 1934 as an African-American school during segregation, and they're turning it into affordable housing. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Charleston Parks Conservatory announced a $125,000 campaign to renovate Colonial Lake. So I think that's the one.
Oh yeah, that's the little lake right downtown.
Yeah. So that's going to be cool. It's a 2-year project. They're going to try to make it into like an urban oasis.
So I'm assuming like pavilions, benches, shady places to sit, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a weird lake. It's just right in the middle of the city.
Yeah. And so, obviously our real estate market is still doing good. We are very similar this year to where we were last year. And it's a little bit of a slow start to 2024 as we did in 2023. But really the higher mortgage rates are having the biggest impact on that right now. They're up around 7%. We're seeing under 7 now a little bit. But through May of 2024, we were actually up 3.2% in transactions versus the same period in 2023. And then our median sales price is still strong with a 3.1% increase. Now, one thing I realized, Jeff, is the overall market was 3.1%.
Yep.
But I pulled up the market monitor today and looked at, I think it was just Summerville, and I changed the overall market to single family homes. And did you know single family homes are 6% up versus attached are only 1 or 2%?
That's actually higher than I was going to guess. I was going to say 4.8.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen. I mean, Summerville is it's a growing area.
That's right.
People want to be in. Summerville used to be the bedroom community of Charleston, and now it is its own destination. So that does not surprise me.
And we are seeing the inventory creep up. Like we're up to like 3,800 homes on the market now. But at our low point, we were right below 1,000 during the height of COVID and everything. But an average market here is still 5,000. So with all the new construction that's still coming on, and more homes for sale in the summertime when most people leave, we're still not up to that even market of 5,000. Now that doesn't mean homes are not taking longer to sell. We're seeing 90, 120 days on some of those markets in some specific areas where homes are sitting a lot longer than we saw in past years.
And a lot of that's due to all the new construction, and that's in some ways a good thing too, because some of these new home builders, you just talked about that 7% mortgage rate. We've got new home builders over, I know specifically in Cane Bay right now, that are offering a rate buy down to 5% for the full 30 years of the mortgage. One of them is even doing a 2-1 buy down. So it's your rate is going to be 3% your first year, 4% your second year, and then 5% for year 3 and up to 30. So it's pretty competitive over there, but they are sitting just a minute longer than they did, let's say, a year ago.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more comments to throw up. Diane, hey Diane, what's going on? Didn't realize Carnes was still doing new builds. Jeff, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
The original Carnes neighborhood was like 7 different builders. It was David Weekley and Eastwood and Pulte. And then when Lennar came in and bought out all the land that was left, they turned it into just a Lennar neighborhood. And now there's a ton of new construction here in Carnes. And so the original builders are gone. We do still have resales of the original builders. So we've got I think a David Weekley for sale right now in the neighborhood, but lots, and they're going to be building here for years. It was a big piece of ground they bought, and most likely another Horizons 55 plus coming in just a year or so here in Carnes Crossroads.
I'm trying to pull up that listing. Here it comes. So here's that David Weekley listing that you were just talking about. Oh no, it's locking me out. I already have there we go.
And it's your account.
My account.
Yeah, this is a pretty house.
Yeah, this is a great
bedroom down on this one. It's got. Remember the gates they put on this? They went down to some festival and met this iron worker. And they had special gates built for the backyard of this house. I'm a big fan of Carnes, and with this new amenity center coming, it's a great neighborhood. This one's got a detached garage. Carnes has both attached and detached garages. This one has a nice back porch. So this is a cool house. If you're thinking about being in Carnes, this David Weekley build would be an amazing one to have.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My favorite thing about Carnes is, like during the wintertime, you go to see those lights, those light shows all around for Christmas. Carnes is literally that. Like Rachel and I drive through the neighborhood just to see the lights that you guys put up along the street. Like it's its own light show.
We did a drive-through video last year, Andrew and I, and videoed it, and I think we put it on the YouTube channel. This neighborhood goes all out when it comes to decorating for Halloween, Christmas. 4th of July was a blowout. Oh, Mark, throw up the video of the Carnes 4th of July, the fireworks that I sent you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me find that.
So one of my neighbors on the Facebook page, like a week before the 4th of July, he puts up this picture of pallets of fireworks that he bought just to be nice for the neighborhood. And so we all went out and went down over to this one section. And this is the fireworks show that he put off. It was, Andrea said, it was the best fireworks show she's ever seen. And I think that might be because we were able to just kind of go in our golf cart.
Yeah.
But if you fast forward to the end, Mark, you'll see like everybody is just sitting around on their golf carts, hanging out, watching this. It'll end here in a second. And I do a quick pan around. Everybody just sitting around in their golf carts, hanging out. It was really a lot of fun.
That's cool.
5 minutes by golf cart ride from my house. So I forget his name. It's on my Facebook page, but if you ever see this, the guy that did this, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
So I think I have the ones from Cane Bay too. They did a gas bomb surprise ending.
Oh,
well, that sounds terrifying and wonderful at the same time.
Right? There it is. I think that was it.
Oh, wow.
It was like a flame of fire.
The mushroom cloud.
Yeah, Fernandez Law puts it on every
Tom
year.
does a great job with this. He really has kind of adopted Cane Bay as his pet project there. Thank you, Tom, for doing this.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Craig, do you have fireworks like this in your neighborhood?
I wish. It's kind of funny because we live right next to the parking lot, so I never sleep on 4th of July. there's fireworks from our parking lot. There's the pool party. But yeah, I can like look out my back window and see a few.
That's amazing. All right, let me see. So Robin said Carnes is beautiful. We definitely appreciate that. And then I missed the comment. Let me go back to it. Oh, there are some folks from Blairsville, Georgia. Blairsville. I don't know where Blairsville is. Do you know where
Blairsville is either?
Yeah. Well, they need to get to South Carolina, obviously.
Yeah. I don't live in Georgia.
Specifically Summerville.
Summerville.
Okay. Let's see. What else did we have for tonight, Jeff?
Well, Mike G mentioned one thing here. I'll throw it up. When we were talking about airlines, Frontier is flying here. I guess maybe I didn't know that. I thought I read an article, but I'm not sure where Frontier goes to from Charleston. But that doesn't surprise me that they started flying here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to cover tonight. We're about 2 minutes early. Are there any final questions from everybody? Craig, is there anything that you wanted to chat about, maybe your neighborhood specifically? It's kind of, I call it like a hidden neighborhood, because like there's a sign out front on 176 there.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have to sneak around through these apartments and then through a cobblestone neighborhood. And then
Cobblestone's the name. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a nice little hidden gem. It's off the beaten path of 176. Yeah, like Jeff was saying, we're a stone's throw away from Carnes. So it's like really nice because we're 4 minutes away from all those nice restaurants. And the Publix that's coming, brand new. Can't wait for that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, but it's a nice little quaint neighborhood. I think we got like 250 homes max, which is perfect. The only thing I wish we had is the walking trails that Cane Bay has, 25 plus miles of golf cart. Because like I want a golf cart so bad, and I'm trying to convince Rachel, please let us have one. But I can't. But like,
the boy wants one. The boy wants a golf cart.
That's right. I mean, maybe that'll be the reason. But no, like we have a little boomerang of a neighborhood, and like we can walk it in 20 minutes. So like I don't know. I feel like we don't need one yet. But once we find a bigger neighborhood.
Well, you've got a good location in your neighborhood. You're by a lot of good stuff, and a lot more stuff coming here with all the restaurants and shops and grocery stores that Carnes has coming.
Have you guys heard of Freddy's?
Yes.
Yeah, because we moved a client in to Summerwind, and he is the Freddy's like franchise owner for this area now, and they're bringing in like two, one of which is going in Carnes, and I'm super excited because Rachel's never been.
Oh, that's good. Tell them to hire my daughters here in a couple of years when they're ready for jobs.
Yep. It's gonna be nice.
Is that going to be in the Uptown area? Isn't that called Uptown? Right across from Carnes?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where they're going to go in. Yeah. Yeah.
Goose Creek Uptown.
Mm-hmm. Nice little burger fry and like custard, like the super nice glass custard cases and such.
It's kind of Culver's-ish.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's because I think it's Freddy's that's over by the Ladson Theater also.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were over there. We went to see a movie over there at the Ladson Theater. Mark and I have rented that whole theater out. We rent a theater out for our clients every year at Christmas for Elf. So we've gone back and forth to a few different theaters, but the one was the Ladson Theater over there.
Mm-hmm.
The one we're doing next for our clients. So if you buy a house really soon, you'll get to come throw axes with us.
Yes.
Are you a two-handed thrower?
I'm a two-handed thrower. I don't try, I don't know. You ever play that Wii bowling thing and you accidentally throw it behind you and everyone goes crazy?
Yeah. Don't throw an axe behind you.
Don't throw an axe behind you.
Hey, Craig, you're going to be surprised. I'm actually good at axe throwing.
I didn't never doubt it, man. I believe it. Just don't throw it at me.
I won't.
I like to throw when Jeff's up there by the board because it allows me better aim.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
Don't they have like little baby plastic
if you're
axes?
On here and you're a current client or you're buying, be looking for an invitation here. If you haven't already received it, there's going to be calls and texts and everything going on over the next week. Throw it on your calendar, July 27th from noon to 2. We're going to be at an axe throwing bar. Come out and have fun.
All right. Well, hey, if you guys want more information, there's that link. Go ahead and schedule a Zoom call with us. We would love to talk more about your specific situation. This link is also on our website, charlestonarealiving.com. You can click contact us and then schedule a meeting. And then, feel free to comment down below if there's any specific questions. Sometimes we've even responded with a video in those comments so that other people can learn about what you're asking as well. That is the reason why we started these lives is to answer your questions live. So thank you all so much for joining. We really, really appreciate it. Jeff, any final words, or Craig, any final words before we go?
Never hit dog poop with a weed whacker. You only make that mistake once before you really start to pay attention to what's in your yard.
Sage advice, my good man.
Yeah.
It's usually right at an hour and 1 minute is where I have to almost hit mute. It's right about that time.
I could have said bad words. I said dog crap or dog poop. I didn't say bad words.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next week, Tuesdays at 7 p.m.
All right.